Hi, it's Michele from Take on Bar Exam Coaching, and welcome back to my channel where we talk all things bar prep. So I posted a video or two, and I got some views, I got some likes, I got some emails. And so I'm going to keep posting videos as long as I know that what I am talking about is engaging you and it's helping you to pass the bar exam. I'll keep posting. So keep liking and subscribing and commenting and emailing me and all of that good gushy stuff, and I'll keep going. All right. So you likely clicked on this video because bar exam essays are stressing you out. And so today I am going to give you 7 strategies to boost your score by at least 10 points. Let's begin. So how do you boost your scores by at least 10 points? I'm going to break it down. The first strategy is to be an issue spotting horse and not a unicorn. I call this strategy be an issue spotting horse, not a unicorn, to remind you that a horse is kind of plain. A unicorn is sparkly, it's dazzling, right? And you don't encounter unicorns frequently. So when you're issue spotting, you're looking for horses. You are not looking for unicorns. The bar exam is not looking for one of a kind. Only one lawyer in 100,000 is going to be able to spot this issue. And so you are looking for the easy path when you spot your issues. You're not looking for the tangled web. Spotting issues is your golden ticket at the bar exam. If you can't find the issues, you've got nothing to write about. And so you've got to figure out how to master spotting issues. The first thing that you want to do is use the call of the question. If the call of the question asks if the equal protection clause is violated, that's a gift. All right. All you have to do is put on your equal protection hat and go hunting in that fact pattern, because you know you have to find someone who's being treated differently based on some sort of a classification like race, alienage, national origin, ethnicity, legitimacy, gender, right? So you see a woman who's being treated differently by a state actor, and you know equal protection, quasi-suspect classification, intermediate scrutiny, okay? So in that instance, the call of the question itself helped you. But sometimes the call of the question will say, plaintiff sued for a violation of her constitutional rights. Discuss. And you're sitting there like, wait a minute, the Constitution is huge. What the heck am I supposed to discuss, right? That's what you're thinking. And so in that instance, now you have to get into the fact pattern, because the fact pattern is going to trigger the legal rules that you're going to need, right? So in the fact pattern, keep asking yourself, why is this fact here? And by asking that question, maybe the follow-up question is, could this fact be here to show discriminatory treatment? I mean, she is being treated differently than the man in the fact pattern, right? Which rule does being treated differently because you're a woman trigger? Equal protection, right? Quasi-suspect classification, and then moving into intermediate scrutiny. The second strategy is to IRAC like a pro. So IRAC isn't just some formula that you follow. It's actually the way that you think like a lawyer, okay? It's actually a legal proof. It allows you to prove your arguments, to prove analysis, right? To show your ability to apply law. So a lot of people treat it like it's just some sort of a checklist, but it should be your secret weapon. Really quickly, because I know that a lot of people know what IRAC is, and I kind of want to get stuck into the details of it instead. But IRAC stands for Issue, Rule, Analysis, and Conclusion. Some people may have learned CRAC, conclusion, starting with a conclusion, right? Conclusion, rule, analysis, and conclusion again. I actually tack in an extra C for counter-analysis. So issue or conclusion, rule analysis, counter-analysis, and conclusion. So that is the IRAC structure. That is how you generally write for the bar exam. Some people learned a T instead of an I, so they learned a thesis sentence or a topic sentence. Some people add an extra E in there, so maybe they learned IRAC, issue, rule, explanation, analysis, conclusion. But essentially, as a lawyer, you need a RAC. You've got to have a rule, you've got to have analysis, and you've got to have a conclusion, all right? That RAC, okay? So let's talk about the intricacies of it. With the issue, I want you to picture the issue as your headline, right? It's the headline of your argument. You're not going to read a news article with a boring headline, right? And so we want to make our headline specific and we want to make it compelling. So the call of the question asks, did John commit negligence? A poor issue statement just repeats that. Did John commit negligence? An okay issue statement goes a little bit deeper. Did John breach his duty of care, causing harm to the plaintiff? Right? The issue with this one is it doesn't give any facts in the issue statement. An excellent issue statement might say, did John, by failing to maintain his property in a reasonably safe condition despite prior knowledge of the whole, breach his duty of care to the plaintiff and cause the plaintiff's injuries? Your issue statement, it needs to be compelling. It also needs to show the grader that you understand what the real problem is. The first issue statement, did John commit negligence? It doesn't say anything about anything. The okay issue statement, did John breach his duty of care, causing harm? Okay, yeah, but we can build in the facts. That last issue statement is better. The grader's in a hurry. The grader might read the excellent issue statement, know that you know what you're doing, and read through your work pretty rapidly, whereas that grader would take more time with an issue statement that simply said, did John commit negligence? The rule, this is where a lot of students get stuck because they're just regurgitating the law, all right? Please stop. Instead, focus on understanding the rule. The bar exam is not about memorizing a preset rule and then spitting out that rule at the bar exam. It's about explaining your understanding of that rule, right? Which is why you don't have to get hung up on stressing yourself out about, I don't remember the black letter law in the way that it's printed in my outline. If you understand it, you can explain it. So imagine that you're explaining that rule to your, I don't know, your 20-year-old cousin, right? Or your English teacher from high school. If they don't get it, it means that you don't get it. If you review enough published student answers, you will see the same rule that you have memorized in black letter format being written in 50 different ways and published, even though this is just somebody explaining their understanding. All right. So the rule, focus on understanding, get away from regurgitating preset rules. Okay. All right. Analysis. I want you to think of analysis like you're building a bridge step by step. You're connecting the facts to the law. You're taking somebody on that journey with you, right? So your job is to take them on a walk and explain what's happening as you walk along, right? Don't just state conclusions, show your work. Ask yourself, why does this fact matter? Write why that fact matters. This fact matters because. Ask how that fact changes the outcome and write that answer. This changes the outcome because. So analysis is a journey. It's not a final destination. Okay. Counter-analysis. Life isn't black and white and neither is the law. And so if the facts create some uncertainty, you have to address it. You have to consider both sides and explain why one argument wins and the other doesn't, why one argument is stronger and the other argument is weaker. All right. On the bar exam, the bar examiners have a limited number of words to communicate your task. And so if they give an opportunity for you to do counter-analysis, they are expecting to see counter-analysis on the bar exam. If they don't want counter-analysis, they're going to give you that fact pattern in black and white. If it's gray, you are expected to do counter-analysis. And then your conclusion, close your IRACs, okay? This is your mic drop moment. So be bold. Don't leave it open-ended unless you have to, right? If it's too close to call, it's too close to call. Say that. If there is an answer to that question that you've just worked out, be bold, be decisive, show your confidence, and answer the question for the examiners. Moving on to the third strategy, I'm calling this one, join my full essay writing crew. And that's because writing essays in full is non-negotiable, all right? Just like you wouldn't train for a marathon by thinking about running or train for a marathon by simply outlining the path, right, for the 26.2 miles that you're going to run. You wouldn't do that. Instead, you'd get out there and you'd run, right? And you might run, I don't know, you might run a mile in the beginning, right? And then 10 miles and then 15 miles, and you're building up so that eventually you can complete the entire marathon. The same is true with essay writing, okay? So what might that look like? It might mean that in the beginning, you are looking at your notes as you work out what this essay is asking you to write about. You're looking at the answer to the essay so that you can figure out the expectation for when you write the essay. But eventually, it is writing the essays without looking at the notes and then reviewing what you've written to see what you got right and what you've gotten wrong. And remember, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent, all right? Practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. Practice makes the bar exam essay writing component easier, all right? If this makes sense to you, tell me in the comments that you are joining my full essay writing crew. For strategy number 4, I want you to play beat the clock. The clock is not going to wait on exam day, and so you've got to start practicing with strict timing. If you're doing the UBE, 30 minutes, right? That's your maximum time. If you're doing the California bar exam, you've got 1 hour. And so say, for instance, on the UBE exam, give yourself 5 minutes to read through your fact pattern and do a quick outline, and then 25 minutes to write. If you're doing the California exam, give yourself about 10 minutes to read through your fact pattern and outline. On your California exam, you know that your fact patterns tend to be a little bit shorter, so you're going to end up spending most of those 10 minutes in formulating your outline. But then get going. You've got 50 minutes to write the balance of your essay. No excuses, folks, just action. And I want you to simulate test conditions. I need you to remove the distractions. All right, so that means that you've got to shut down those alerts that come in on your computer, turn off your ringer, and I want you to grade yourself afterward. Compare what you've written to the model, right? And see where you went right, where you went wrong, where you wasted time, okay? Your goal is efficiency every single time. And I don't want to hear any of this, oh, I just need 5 more minutes, right? Set the timer, go, and then stop the timer when you're supposed to stop the timer. If any of the strategies that I've mentioned so far make sense, if they're resonating with you, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below. For strategy number 5, I want you to study like a champ, okay? Success leaves clues, all right? So if you've got access to published student answers, and if you're doing the UBE exam or you're doing the California bar exam, you do, okay? I want you to study published answers. Don't just read them. Don't just read the published student answers. Don't just read model answers. Break them down, study them, right? And then recreate them from scratch without looking. This is going to force your brain to engage with the material actively. It's going to help you to internalize the right structure and tone. And remember, if they can do it, so can you. All right, we're getting close to the end. We're moving into strategy number 6. I call this one, get raw, get real. You need raw, real feedback. No sugarcoating it, okay? You have to find a mentor, find a tutor, find a study buddy who'll give it to you straight, or come work with me in my bar exam coaching program. You can book a call at the link below so that we can see if we're a good fit. But you take the feedback that is given to you on your writing and you rewrite your essays based on that input so that you can get better, faster, stronger, more confident with your essay writing. For strategy number 7, I need you to up your mental game plan. Mindset can make or break you at the bar exam. I like to tell people that when it comes to bar exam day, you know everything that you need to know. You just need to be confident when you sit and you're writing your essays. You have to write your essays like you are a lawyer. You're not writing your essays like you're a student who is studying and searching and unsure, okay? The confidence to write like a lawyer, it comes from preparation. And so I want you to approach your essay practice with curiosity. I want you to treat every mistake as an opportunity for you to improve. I want you to rewrite your essays, and through that process, confidence will ensue, okay? And remember, even superstars practice before they go on stage, right? Superstars practice before they take the field. So I'm hoping that the 7 strategies that I've just given you will help you to boost your bar exam essay scores by at least 10 points. Okay. And if you found this content useful, enjoyable, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, reach out to me on social, send me an email. Why not? And if you want to work together to pass the bar exam, contact me. Take good care of yourself. Bye.